How's it going, folks? Mark from Like Minded Lunatics, and I'm coming at you with, it's not a Friday night, it's a
Halloween night!
And folks, this is exciting for me and Todd. We are going to throw this one up for you. Halloween, celebrate the Halloween night, and we're doing it with Metallica.
Oh shit, yeah, man, Metallica. Good to see you, brother.
I know, you too.
This is our first time in the same frame together since Like Minded Lunatics started. I'm very excited about this.
I can't be more excited. And this song, I don't know if you remember when it came out. This came off of the Load album in '96.
Oh yeah.
And I see you're wearing your Metallica shirt.
Yes.
Is this a high school shirt?
Yeah. This one is my holdover from high school. This is my last one from high school. My wife very kindly preserved my 3 dozen Metallica shirts and turned them into a denim quilt. But I kept this one behind, and so I'm excited to wear it today.
This is mine too. So this was like a 94 or 93 Metallica shirt. So awesome. I am so pumped for this. Now, as a Metallica fan, I had so many friends like, I hate Load.
Yeah.
Hate Load, hate Reload. Where were you at with this one?
I was a defender of Load. I loved it. My argument against folks who said it was too alternative, too mainstream, was that I thought it was more blues inspired than any of the other Metallica records before it.
Yeah.
And if you look at some of the best stuff that everyone loves in metal, Zeppelin, Sabbath, all heavily influenced by the blues. Yeah. So I was like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, these guys are in their 40s now. They're a little bluesy. They're middle-aged.
I know. I kind of felt the same way. And I was never one of those that, you know, when they went to black, they sold out. Ride the Lightning was the last good album. I was never one of those guys.
No, I got into them when the Black Album was the new album.
Right.
And they were doing that endless tour, you know.
Yes.
And I never even expected to ever see them live. I was just a kid, buying CDs, started with the Black Album and then moving backwards and, fell in love with the entire catalog. And then, so Load was the first new album that came out while I was a fan.
That's exciting.
Yeah, so I was there launch day, ready to buy it in line, and I was going to have a hard time hating it. But yes, a lot of people did.
Well, I'm excited to do this one, and I know you've seen some of the comments. Brooke, who has been on the show before, she has been texting me after Lottie and I did his Lottie's Rockycation. You can go right over here to watch that, folks. Brooke has hated Metallica since high school.
Oh.
And she watched those, and now she texts me, and she's like, I cannot believe that I didn't give them a better chance. I feel like I've missed out. So I'm excited to do this one. I'm excited for Brooke to see this one.
Absolutely. I mean, I think part of that, I'm just guessing, Brooke, but I think part of that is that music has changed so much since we were young that what seemed like you couldn't relate to this Metallica, now it's it feels like home because it's 80s and 90s music.
And I feel like part of it, too, is understanding Hetfield's past. I feel like to understand these songs, you got to understand James's past.
Sure.
So let's do this one, folks. This was 1996 off the Load album. This was actually their only top 10 Billboard charter.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I remember they had the Rolling Stone cover for the release of this too.
Yeah.
In the shades, and of course we didn't even talk about. Here we are in our maybe our longest hair ever.
Yeah.
They cut all the hair off.
They cut all the hair off.
Everybody got pissed off.
I know. Well,
speaking of pissed off, I'm here as a guest in your home, and I don't have a beverage yet.
Well, it's a tradition to do a beer with our Friday night reaction video, and instead of beer, I thought we would go with a Bishop Cider. Ooh. Bishop Cider.
Just pull that right out of your hand.
Dragon's Fire.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of dragons, fire, and the things that will bite. All right, folks, you don't know.
I love your machine, your little Hetfield machine.
It'll make an appearance. All right, cheers, folks. Let's do this. 1996. Load.
That's crisp refreshment.
Until It Sleeps.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Where do I take this pain of mine?
So this was already when the video started off, I was like, what is happening?
Yeah. I remember I remember this exactly. All of a sudden, I grew up in this apartment complex, and we had a big swimming pool outside. And my next door neighbor was my close friend, and he ran outside on the porch, and he was like, "Dude, the Metallica video's out. They cut their fucking hair." That's the first thing, right? New Face Games, you remember that? It was amazing. But I immediate defender. I mean, I was like 2 years away from getting a Metallica tattoo, my only tattoo. I defended them this song, and they look fucking cool. I'm sorry.
I think so too. Especially James. Look at him. He's got his goatee is like just perfectly manicured now.
He looks like a pagan goat, dude.
And he's no longer that cowardly lion. Ooh, he's no longer that guy. And interestingly, this was the first official ripped MP3 that was shared.
Oh, like what Napster? Why can't I remember it?
It was actually not on Napster. It was on a Ware's site, W-A-R-E-Z. I looked it up.
Never heard of it.
It was released by what was this dude's name? Coyote 666, responsible for creating the first MP3.
Naturally. Okay.
Coyote 66 is right by my side. So tell me open, pour me out. There's things inside that scream and shout, and the pain still hates me.
Oh, that's a good head face. Where's it at? Yeah!
Oh, that's him, man. Ooh. At his core.
Oh my God, yeah!
That's him. He's talking about psychology and everything. This is him growling back at his asshole dad. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
You're not going to have power over me anymore.
I know, it absolutely is.
Yeah, dude.
Where were you my whole life?
Yeah. Oh. And guess what? Medicine is real.
Right. Oh. That's right. And I'm glad you brought that up because, this song, as creepy as it sounds, is about his mom's cancer.
God damn. I didn't know that, actually.
Listen to the lyrics and look at what's happening.
Wow.
Think about the lyrics as he sings them.
So hold me until sleep. Just like the curse, just like the strain. You feed it once, and now it stays. Now it stays. So tell me open, but beware. There's things inside without a care, and the dirt still stains me. So wash me until I'm clean.
Yeah.
I mean, what's better? Like, you look back now, like, yes, Ride the Lightning,
Yeah.
Kill 'Em All, amazing, changed music, inspired generations after to create stuff. So many metal bands after would never have existed without those records. And I'm a Master of Puppets is probably my favorite album of all time.
Yes.
But you can't deny that this stuff rocks, dude.
Well, and one of the things that always occurs to me, too, is that some of those earlier albums, one of the reasons we like them is because they're so raw. But I would think for an artist, doing that raw stuff eventually gets boring. You start refining what you've worked on. You start kind of delving into new things. Right. And a lot of these later videos are essentially like little short films or almost performance art pieces.
Yeah.
This one, I made sure to look it up. So this one is, the imagery was inspired by Hieronymus Bosch and his paintings. So the paintings of the Garden of Earthly Delights, the Fall of Adam and Eve, and the Crucifix scene from Ecce Homo. And so all of this imagery is from classic literature, medieval art, and stuff like that.
Wow, man.
And so I would have to imagine as an artist, especially James, let's get this straight. I think Lars is a turd. I've always thought so. I've always thought he's a turd. But I think for James, like being an artist, this would have to be one of those things that, I'm going to start throwing this stuff in there.
Yeah. Well, and whatever the backlash was, I think at the end of the day, they could watch this, what they put together and how they evolved their sound. And, growing up in Texas, you probably feel the same way too. Like, masculinity is a very specific thing and it's narrow.
Yeah.
And metal fits into that nicely. Along with football and steaks, right?
Yes.
But if you start like Kirk there wearing green makeup and stuff,
yeah.
Even though, Alice Cooper, Kiss, all these bands did it before and they rocked and everything. The pendulum swings back and you want your hard metal to be a very narrow thing.
Yes.
And in this, they're just like, you know what, man? Like, we're going to cut our hair and wear makeup and talk about feelings. Like,
And I really do. I think that's one of those things that is kind of hidden within their lyrics. You know, there's so much of it is or seems surface level aggression. And I don't want to put words in Brooks' mouth, but I have a feeling that part of that is one of the reasons why some people didn't really like them to begin with.
Well, and also, like, all of me and my dumbass friends who liked it, we liked the aggression. And so what is someone like Brooke or someone else seeing? They're seeing, like, all those dummies at school really like this.
Right.
It must be bad.
And then you read the lyrics and you know about James's background. You're like, holy shit, this is about how to be a whole person and not be a broken person.
Yeah, and admit that you're not perfect and that there's so many flaws you can't even begin to count them.
Right.
And that's actually very, not traditionally toxic male.
Right.
I don't know how to be happy.
Well,
I don't know how to act properly.
And there was an interview with James, I think from like last year, and he's sitting there and when the interviewer asks him, if there's one thing that you hope for in your life or your career at this point, what is it? And he didn't talk about music. He didn't talk about anything. All he said was, I want to be the granddad with the grandkids crawling on me, calling me Papa Het.
It's awesome.
You know, that to me, that's what this music speaks to, is trying to get to that.
Yeah. Not trying to be a rock god, but a whole human.
Whole human. This is his therapy.
If he gets both, then he will be the ultimate human.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even Lars in the makeup there.
I know. And there's not one thing that irritates me, but there's a thing in here that really irritates me about Lars.
Okay.
And I'll point it out in just a second.
Okay.
I'm going to back that up, Todd, because that...
Wow.
Let me back that up.
Beautiful imagery. I showed my father this music video after I taped it from MTV.
Oh, yeah.
To show him, like, what I was into.
Yeah.
He looked at it and he goes, when he saw that, like, Adam and Eve thing or whatever's happening right there, he goes...
The temptation.
Yeah, he goes, I don't get it, son. And he turned around and walked away. So that means he tried for 1:57.
Right.
And then he was like,
Can't do
you know
it.
what? It doesn't look like he was afraid of a gangster rap, see?
Sure.
So he goes, well, it ain't that, so you're all right.
Some weird, creepy shit, but it's not that.
Yeah.
This is a great image of Het. This is a severely cool framing.
Yeah.
So tell me why you've chosen me.
That guitar in here is beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That real clean sound they're doing there.
Yep. Right.
Yeah. That.
Almost like a harp.
Don't want your greed. I don't want it. I'll tear me open and make you gone. No more can you hurt anyone. And the fear still shakes me.
Yeah.
Till it sleeps, it grips you so bad. It stains you so bad.
And the visuals of James getting more and more dirty as this goes along.
Right.
Again, it's one of those things that it seems cool and Halloweeny.
Yeah.
Until you remember that it's about his mom's cancer.
And they filmed this in February or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right, and he's getting more and more dark as this goes on.
Right.
Like it's infecting him more and more.
Yeah, like what is he in the men's room doing after this? Like going, hooray, that was a great shoot. No, he's like, I'm dying inside. You know?
I can't imagine how someone does that. So I talked about it on with Wolf Van Halen's Distance.
Yeah.
I know you saw that video.
Yeah.
Destroyed me.
Oh my God.
I can't imagine performing stuff like this live. Knowing like Hetfield knows this is about mom. This is about mom's cancer spreading throughout her and me dealing with the grief. Or Wolfgang, this is about dad dying.
Oh, dude, after Halloween's over, spoilers, in November, I'm doing a Drink Play Swear about my mom passing away. We'll get there. We're not there yet. I'm cooking it in the brain.
It's so tough.
Just to talk like this about it is like, what am I opening up?
Yeah.
In terms of like, what am I not going to be able to put away?
I need to keep that in.
Yeah. Like, push it down. What's that?
Until it sleeps.
That's right, man.
Oh, that's a great image.
Far out.
That is such a trippy
With
image.
a fish in the air and the frog king eating this. This is beautiful.
Yeah. What was that? There was a channel, Every Frame a Portrait. Is that what it was?
No, I don't know.
I think there was a movie based YouTube channel, Every Frame a Photo.
Okay.
And they would just analyze framing cinematography stuff from really famous films, like
wow.
the Goodfellas diner scene, all that kind of
cool.
stuff. I feel like this is just art. Any frame, pause this video, print it out.
Agreed. 100%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude.
Was that a basilisk? Oh! I just want that on a repeating loop. Look at that.
Yeah. You want that on a repeat? Okay.
I'm revealing too much. All right, we're about to the point that I'm annoyed with Lars.
Ooh, okay. I feel like I'm going to try to be a defender of Lars.
I don't know if you
Because
can.
I spent a lot of time in high school and college defending Lars. Let's be clear. He's my least favorite Metallica member. He's above Dave Mustaine. But after that, Ron McGovney, Cliff Burton, Jason Newsted, the other existing members now, like them all better, but he's a part of the greatest rock and roll band of all time.
Sure.
I'm going to try to defend it, but I don't know what you're referencing yet.
So here's what I'm going to say. This is how I'm going to set it up.
Okay.
I like to imagine that on the day they were going to shoot this, they get there.
Okay.
And James is talking about all of the art, how he wants this to reflect, number one, his emotion in dealing with his mom, and how the cancer just slowly consumes
And he's either
her.
saying this out loud or he's very meditative and just thinking about it.
Or the cinematographer's talking to him about it.
Yep.
And at that point, Lars comes up and he's like, James, I know this is about your mom, but can we make sure we get my nipple rings in every shot? Because from this point forward, I want you to notice how many times we see his awful floppy nipple rings. They're awful. They look like dangly earlobes.
I mean,
his horrible nipples, and I don't like them.
All right, let's get a better look.
Boom! Can we make sure we get my nipple rings in the shot, James?
Actually, in that shot, his nipples look about 3 inches too high, don't they?
That's what I'm telling you. They look like...
He's really strutting.
You know, and I think it's Scary Movie at one point. They play a thing where Cindy or somebody gets cold and their nipples are about that long.
Yeah, yep.
That's what it looks like.
So, I'm not going to defend him here.
Yeah.
Because I am going to say, looking at the two next to each other...
It's indefensible.
When Hetfield's doing his thing, right?
Yeah.
We've already established what we think is going on with him. And he thinks he's just in a psychosexual bathhouse.
Lars?
Yeah. Like,
For
Lars
sure.
is just like, and then they touch me with the red things, and then I put the lotion in the basket.
Here's what you have to understand. I'm from the Netherlands, and we have a very liberal interpretation of sexuality. So I would like to see my nipple rings in every shot. Fine.
Okay, you win. Yeah. Oh, look, there's Jason Newsted. That's
Yes.
funny, because I can't hear a bass line at all.
It is very low. I feel like they took every opportunity to shit all over Jason.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, down to now people are, you guys can search for it. Now people are remastering themselves, Metallica records with Newsted, with the bass part in. And you're like, wow, that's kind of cool.
You know, and he's one of those guys that when you read the stories and how they treated him, I feel like they did mistreat him a lot.
Yeah.
But because they did that, it makes me question, did he deserve it?
Yeah.
Because, you know, there are those guys that they have done nothing
You're
wrong.
a victim blamer? Okay.
That they've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But
You just don't like their face.
kind of bring it on themselves. I mean, you brought that shit on yourself. So I'm wondering if he's one of them guys. I don't know that he is.
Yeah, well.
There's more nipples. Did you see it? Look how floppy they are.
Well, he's like 40 or whatever.
How many kids has he breastfed?
You don't know how they do it in Europe, dude.
There's more. I hate.
Oh. Right here.
Yes.
Perfect. Newstead? No, stay on him.
Okay.
Advance it so you can see him. Okay. First Metallica concert I went to was during the Load Tour.
Okay.
And my buddy and I got in line for tickets at Blockbuster Music and got pit seats.
Oof.
We were in the pit at the Alamo Dome.
Nice.
Yeah, for the Load Tour. That was when the crazy, like, there was a dude running around on fire, and, like, they made the stage look like it was breaking down and, like, being destroyed at some point in the show.
Yeah.
We were down in the pit. Newstead comes around. He comes and hugs us while he's playing. He's like, thanks for being here, guys. As if we were the rock stars. So, yes, I think he was probably annoying to be in the band with.
Yes.
Because he was a fan who became the guy. But he was very pro-fan.
And let me just say, I'm not saying he's a bad dude.
No, I get it.
I get it.
Well, and you were a bit of a bully in high school. You All right.
Hopefully Tank doesn't comment.
No longer would you hurt anyone.
Oh, that's the best Newstead face.
That's like, yeah.
That's if there was an image of him when he passes away, that should be the fucking image they play.
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say I think that maybe one of Jason's problems was that, you remember that Warner Brothers cartoon where there's like the big dog, the bulldog walking, and there's the little dog like yipping around him?
Yes.
You know, I think probably James was working through some childhood stuff here and some trauma. And then you look at Jason here. He's trying to mirror that. He's trying to go along. You know what I mean? He's like,
Yes.
Me too, James. I'm having a hard time. Get the hell out of here. You didn't go through nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just a little puppy.
I think that's a good point. But the thing to think about, too, is at the end of that cartoon short, the small one is the one that the big one is running around.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't know what it means. They just busted Jesus right in the face.
Yeah. That was in one of them books that the Catholics didn't put in the Bible.
That's right. Happy Halloween, Christ! Goddamn, more nipples. And you see them,
Christ.
They're like mirroring his drum roll.
Yeah, I think he really pulled on him a little bit before this.
I'm sure he called Elvira and he was like, "How do you do the swingy things that you do, Elvira? How do you do that?"
We've gone through an entire month on the channel without mentioning Elvira. I had such a massive crush on her. I had that movie from HBO taped.
Yep.
And of course, we had VHS only. I desperately just wanted to see more of her. If I can just try to say it as properly as possible. And so I try to pause it in moments when she was in elegant movement. The crappy VHS would never allow for that.
I had to get you the forehead VCR to be able to pause them real good.
That's right. But I had the two head in my room, you see. The forehead in the living room would have been done.
It's not good enough for that. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
That image, again.
You're right. Pause any moment in this with the band or with these set pieces, and it's art.
I want to revise, except for Lars's nipples.
Artist as a pompous ass.
And then we even have to end on them.
There is a bass. You hear the bass there.
Oh, they showed it at the end. Yeah, okay. And Lars gets his nipples in one more time. Look how floppy they are.
Gorgeous video.
And I love the song.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been talking a lot about other stuff, but the song itself
is a good one.
Great sound.
Yeah. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this one. Happy Halloween to everybody.
Hell yeah, man. I'm so happy we're here together. This has been so much fun.
I know.
So I'm just going to sleep on this couch for a while, and we'll just film a couple more of these.
100%. 100%. Well, folks, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. It's going to be over in this vicinity. Yeah, right in that area. And make sure you check out Todd's Drink, Play, Swear playlist.
Yeah, lots of good good stuff coming on the channel. Over Halloween, we just played a bunch of Halloween-themed games, and I was telling stories sort of related to the holiday. That's a good time.
You can go up here and check those out, and then hit that subscribe button.
Do it immediately. And tell all your best friends to do it, even tell your worst enemies to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if we don't like them, we'll just block them from the channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a growing list.
We're going to hire a part-time person just to delete the mean comments. There are so many coming in now.
It's not true. All right, folks, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon.